I learned someone sent a fake RSVP for me, and my best friend's wedding started falling apart. I told my best friend why I wasn't coming to his wedding, and now the wedding might be off completely. We've been close for 12 years, since college, when we were roommates. He got engaged last November and called me at midnight, so excited he could barely talk. We joked for years about being in each other's weddings, so I assumed I'd be there, maybe even his best man. The date was October 14th, and I put the save the date magnet right on my fridge. Then summer came, and I started seeing mutual friends posting their invitations online. Navy and gold, fancy lettering, people tagging each other like, can't wait. Mine never arrived. I checked my mailbox like an idiot every morning, just coupons and junk. I waited a bit, then asked a friend who lives in my same apartment building. He said he'd gotten his weeks ago. My chest got tight. I didn't want to sound dramatic, so I texted my best friend about hotel blocks and what to wear. He replied, she's handling all that. Just ask her. So I messaged his fiance. No response. 2 days later, I followed up. It showed seen. Still nothing. I tried a normal text, too. I even asked if she needed my address again. Seen. No reply. At that point, it stopped feeling like mail problems and started feeling personal. 3 weeks before the wedding, I finally called him. Hey man, I haven't gotten an invitation. Am I supposed to book travel anyway? There was a long silence. Then he said, wait, she told me you declined months ago. She said you had a work conference in Seattle. My stomach dropped. What? I never got an invite. I never declined. I don't have any Seattle trip. He sounded confused, like his brain couldn't make the pieces fit. Hold on, he said. Let me call you back. An hour went by. Then my phone rang, and his voice was strained. Can you check your email and forward me anything she sent you about the wedding? I searched everything. Inbox, spam, trash, nothing. There's nothing, I said. He went quiet, then asked, what's your current email? I told him my Gmail, the one I've used for years. He said, she sent your invitation to your old college.edu email. I stared at my wall. I hadn't opened that account since 2019, and she knew my Gmail. We'd messaged before. She'd texted me recipes and random stuff. This wasn't some mystery. I said, she has my real email. He just said, yeah, like it hurt to agree. The next day, he didn't call, and the silence made me feel sick. Then 2 days later, he called and sounded flat, like he'd been awake all night. I went through her email. He said, I found the invitation from June. It was addressed to your old.edu. I started to say, so it was a mistake, but he cut in. No, I also found a draft. Same invitation, same date, but with your correct Gmail. It was never sent. It was saved as a draft. My heart started beating hard. Why would she do that? He swallowed, because she also made a fake RSVP. He told me there was an email in her sent folder that looked like it came from my old.edu account. It said I couldn't attend due to work, dated July 12th. I said, I didn't send that. I can't even access that email. He said, I know. The IP address is from our apartment. She sent it and then showed it to me like proof you didn't care. I felt my face go cold. And then he said the part that made it worse. I started checking the guest list. He said, it isn't just you. Remember the guys from our intramural team? She told me they moved away or were busy. I called them. They never got invited. Then he named more people from our college crew. Same story. No invite. It was like she was quietly deleting his whole friend group, one person at a time, and feeding him excuses so he wouldn't notice. He said, I thought you all just didn't want to be there. That hit me hard because he really believed it. I asked, what did she say when you confronted her? He let out a rough breath. She said she was protecting me. She called you guys toxic. She said you'd ruin our marriage. Then she flipped and started crying, saying I was choosing my friends over her. I sat there, shocked, because I wasn't even trying to compete with her. I just wanted to show up for my friend. He told me the only groomsmen left were her brother and 2 cousins because she'd pushed everyone else out. He said he kept trusting her because wedding planning was stressful and he didn't want fights, but now he couldn't unsee it. Then he said, very quietly, I called off the wedding today. I didn't know what to say. He said she had a meltdown, yelling that he'd regret it and that his friends were stealing him. He sounded exhausted. I told him, I'm here, whatever you need. He paused and said, I just needed you to know the truth.